Well, this is take two, because I never had any audio in the last recording for some reason. Welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're going to have a look at the Abxylute production model and DVT2 unit with the latest firmware installed on the DVT2 unit. So what we can expect in the latest firmware, new in handheld mode is multi-process restriction lifting, which I believe allows us to run two apps at the same time, or multiple apps. New vibration adjustment function and support for turning off vibration, so that will run on this one. There's added and enabled standby Wi-Fi optimization. There's an added ability to select gestures in the navigation bar and settings. They've added support for PS remote play, and they've added OTG functions. So let's just go through these quickly. First one is new in handheld mode, multi-process restriction lifting. So what that means is if we go into the option called labs here, we can disable process protection. So there is no labs option in the production model. So this is where you turn it on, little tick box here. And what that means is we can run two apps at the same time. So in this case, I'm going to run Discord. I've done this already and it works. I don't know if anybody will speak during Discord this time, but we'll see. So if we go in here and into one of the stream channels, so we'll just stream here. We'll join voice. And we're now streaming. We can actually turn on this. I don't know if we'll do screen recording. We will see. So we go back to the main screen, and then we can load up Moonlight as an example. And if there's anyone in the streaming channel just now, if you can maybe shout out, that would be great. We're doing a little test here for my latest video. Now we are running Discord. Unfortunately no one's speaking, but we are playing on my remote PC. Discord is still running, as you can see, voice connected. But also, we can go into Moonlight. Session was still running there. Connected to voice in Discord. So that function does appear to work pretty well. So what we'll do is nip back to Discord now. And we will just disconnect from there just now, shall we? Okay, so we're now disconnected from that. So that function does actually work, so that's good to see. The vibration adjustment function has been added in settings. If you go down to accessibility, in accessibility settings, you will see under vibration and haptic strength that we have turn on various vibration options, but also an intensity meter here where you can adjust the intensity down to 0 where it'll be off and up to max where it'll be on, just to show that that doesn't exist on the production version. There you go, you can see the difference there. And that does appear to be working, so that's good to see. There is also a feature where they've enabled standby Wi-Fi power consumption optimizations, and that does appear to be working. In my tests, I tested 3 times, once at 24 hours, once at actually 12 hours, 24 hours and 36 hours. Now on the production model, I was seeing roughly a 20% drop every 24 hours was my calculation. On the DVT unit, we're seeing roughly 4% drop in power, standby power. So that's a marked improvement. So if you have this charged to 100%, you turn it off. If you turn it back on 24 hours later, it should be at 96%. Whereas the production model at the moment, you charge it to 100%. If you turn it back on 24 hours later, it may have dropped as low as 80%. Next function that's been updated is the ability to select gestures. So that's also in system controls in here. So if you've got system navigation, there's now the option to do gesture navigation, 3-button navigation, or turn the navigation off, just like using it on a phone. If I look on this one, there is, no option for that in there. However, there's a caveat. Changing system navigation, here's a good example. We'll put it to 3-button navigation. So that's enabled. And we will go back, all the way back to home screen, and As you can see, it's not there. The gesture navigation doesn't appear to be working when it is turned on, and there is no 3-button navigation. If I load into an app, the navigation buttons are not there. So that function doesn't appear to be working for me. So I'll be checking back and feeding that back to Abxylute and seeing what the deal is with that. Just a quick post-editing note, you can see the gesture support is actually there in tablet mode, just doesn't show in handheld mode. What's next? This is probably the most important feature that they've added. The one that people asked for the most was control within PS Play. So I'm not talking about the actual PS Play app that you pay for, I'm talking about PS Remote Play, which is the free app that you can download on the App Store that's provided from Sony. Now, obviously on the PlayStation Portal, this just works, I'm guessing, and on certain handsets I think it works. You can pair your Bluetooth device, but the controls were not working on this. So I'll just show you that in a moment when it connects. So there you go, we're in the PlayStation Remote Play app. And what people were saying was they found there was less latency in the stock app than there was in the PS Play app. So as you can see here, nothing's working. But on screen, controls work fine, but not the built-in controls. So let's just switch out of this just now. Put out the app. And we'll try the same app, PS Remote Play, on the updated DVT unit. And finally, as you can see here, we've got the apps loaded up. On-screen controls work okay, but also, so do the button controls and keyboard input. So that's great news to see that. Function that was asked for and has been implemented. So, and finally, this next update is for desktop mode, or tablet mode I should say. So if we go into settings and switch down to tablet mode, there you go, tablet mode. We have an option to add a memory stick. So we've got a memory stick here, and an on-the-go adapter to take it into USB-C. Now if we go into the settings here, in fact if we go into just apps and we load up File Manager Plus as a good example, you can see we've got the main storage and the SD card. If I plug this in, nothing happens. So let's just come out of there again. If we go into settings, under network and internet of all places, there's an option for OTG, so we can turn that on. And if we go back into File Manager Plus, you can see again we've still got the internal storage and the SD card. We'll plug this in, we'll get a message popping up about File Manager Plus. Now I've not ticked this to be enabled all the time, but if we click OK, there we have it. There's the USB stick that I've just plugged in. So this is handy for copying your ISOs and your emulated game titles across onto either SD card or internal storage. If you unplug that, it'll disappear. Plug it back in. We'll get that little message we got a moment ago. We'll just say always use that. Okay. And there you have it. USB on the go. And if you don't use that feature, it'll disable itself after 5 minutes. And you just re-enable it next time you need to use it. So that'll save a bit of power as well. So that's the latest updates coming down the line for the Abxylute. Hope this video has been useful to you. Please remember, like, share and subscribe. Follow the channel for any more updates as they come. I'll give an update on those features that I've shown today that I didn't think were working properly. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.